Hello, and happy whatever day this is, in that kind of weird feeling of days between Christmas and New Year's, except it's later in the year, or earlier in the year, depending on the way you look at it. Anyhow, today on the One Take Film Festival, we're actually going to do an episode of Great Courses. And maybe you subscribe to Kanopy through your local public library, and you can take some of the great courses here. But this is the first installment of universal truths that need to be explored because they are mysteries. And I have with me this morning Joe, who will answer one of those questions today. Joe, how are you? I'm great, Jim. How are you? I'm feeling, caffeinated and ready to go. Are your lips moving, Jim? No, they weren't, Joe. They weren't, not at all. Okay, Joe, you wanted to explain to me something that I always ask every single morning about the coffee maker. That's right, Jim, and I feel like it's about time you understood how the coffee maker works. Great, you're an expert. So let's go. Okay, so Joe, what is it about the coffee maker that you hear me say every morning? Well, Jim, you know when you fill up the water to like maybe 10, and then you go, where does that water go when the coffee gets into the carafe down here? Yes, Joe, you're right. I hadn't realized I do say that every morning. Where does that water go that doesn't turn into coffee? Okay, Jim, I'm going to ask you to open up the lid of the coffee maker. Okay. And what I see is coffee grounds. Okay, Jim, put your finger in the coffee grounds. They're wet. Look, I've got damp coffee, and the filter's wet too. Thus ends today's episode of Great Courses. Wait, Joe, I don't understand. Jim, think about it. The grounds are wet, the filter's wet. It probably explains why the coffee goes to the lower line on the carafe. Mind blown. I understand, Jim. It's a tough time for everyone.